What's up, Misfits and Moonbasers? Ray Recall here with another video review. This time it is of Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Voyager class Starscream. That is right. So, here we have the War for Cybertron, second in command of the Decepticons, Starscream himself. So, pretty decent figure. There is a few little fiddly bits to him, but we'll cover that later. So, basically here he is in robot mode. Looks pretty G1 accurate. That's one thing I've been liking about this line is that how G1 accurate all the figures tend to look, at least for their robot modes. The vehicle modes are all Cybertronian designed, obviously, but you know, they still look pretty freaking accurate to the old school cartoons. So, yeah. So, as you can see, pretty nice colors. The blue, for some reason, is coming through a little bit darker on my camera than it is in hand. It's a lot more teal colored in hand than, you know, what it might look like on screen. But everything else is pretty spot on. So this is first wave, so of course the battle damage is pretty prevalent. It's not as prevalent in a lot of later figures. Null rays, pretty nice looking. Wings, backpack. There's the cockpit right there, which means what is this, right? It's Cybertron, you just deal with it. Got a lot of molded detail on here, like a lot of these Siege figures do. So I do love that attention to detail. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So here he is, 5th, a mainline deluxe refractor. He was in one of our earlier reviews, if you remember. And here he is with a mainline leader class. Like that. Also MicroMaster. So, here we go. So, articulation is pretty good in this figure. There are some things that kind of get in the way, but it's all manageable. So, head is on a ball joint. It's got a lot of wiggle room to it. Can look up that far, down, not really that far. Wings can move back and can flare out. So you can have the whole, "Who disrupts my coronation" kind of thing going. Once the wings are moved back, arms can do a full 360, can go in and out. Slight butterfly joint due to transformation. Null rays are just pegged in, but if you leave them in there, they can do a full 360. Biceps rotation, full range of movement on the double elbow. Wrist rotation, right there. Oops. Very tight wrist rotation. You do have hip rotation. The backpack does somewhat get in the way, but not too much so that you can't really pose it. It's a nice natural range of motion there. Legs can move forward, can move back about that far. They can do the full high kick. Thigh rotation. There is this panel right here at the calf muscle, so that, you know, you can get a full flying kick if you want, or if you just leave it spring-loaded down, you can get even deeper range of motion, but that's more for transformation, so I just leave it there. And the feet are pretty interesting. They have forward and backward movement, and a bit of ankle tilts. No rotation though, so all in all, pretty decent figure if you ask me. So now for transformation, you can leave the null rays attached. You can. I personally don't, because they get in the way, and I like to make my life a little bit easier. So yeah, so to begin, you're gonna collapse the heel and toe like so. Let's see, it's been a while since I transformed this guy. Oh yeah, next you're gonna open up the forearms, rotate the fist in, and then collapse that double elbow before you close that back up. Do the same thing on this side, rotate the fist in, collapse the double elbow, close all this up like so. Next, you're going to disengage the entire back unit, and there are tabs right here and right there. Just kind of pull all this back. You can start to swing these down. There is a tab at the back of the head that this panel will just slot into, and then fold the whole assembly back into the body, which will push this thing out, as you can see. Did not intend to do that. Did not intend to do that. So as you can see, these are just kind of soft pegs, so whenever you push that out, it will not take this chest piece with it like it's supposed to. And I understand that on the Thundercracker and subsequent versions of this mold, they actually do put a pin all the way through that. I mean, there is a hole for it right there, so, but I don't know why they just shafted Starscream on that. But anyway, you just kind of rotate that up and around for now. As for the legs, 180, and then you're going to want to bring them down. Move the arms out of the way for now. Bring these down as far as possible, and then these tabs will go into the slots in the rear, and those do sometimes take a little finagling. I was about to say what better will happen a third time, then my camera starts shifting. Okay, so going to take that and just tab those in. And this is part of the transformation that gets a little bit fiddly. I mean, it's doable, and I'm also doing this at arm's length with a camera in front of my face. There we go. But it's a little bit more complex than this. It's more difficult than it needs to be. So yeah. All right, so take the arms, and if you notice, they have these little slots right here, tabs right there. Just gonna rotate these, and then using that butterfly joint, bring the arm down, and then tab the arm into the side of the leg, like so. Then do the same thing on the other side. Quick and easy. There we go. And just want to make sure that everything is tight together. Take these pylons, swing them forward. That becomes the nose cone of the Tetrajet. And bring this down. Untab this part. This will start to swing down, form part of the thruster base. Collapse the wings. And this tab will go over here, and then there are little tabs that'll go into the top of the forearm. So if you see here, tabs, tabs, tab, tab. So there you go. Hook that in. Mount that on. Take this back plate, and can't really see it because of my light, but there's a tab and slot. Just kind of work that up there. It'll probably pop loose. Of course it will. Why they didn't just put the cross beam through there in the first one, I have no idea. Since it's molded for it. There you go. Just tab that in. And now you have like the full thruster effect. take the null rays, plug them back into where they were, like so. And there you have Starscream in his Tetrajet mode. Now, there's some problems with this. As you saw through the transformation, it does get a little bit fiddly sometimes. Also, this has got to be the chunkiest Tetrajet I have ever seen. It looks like this backpack part is basically has a robot sandwiched under it, which I'll admit is better than a lot of jet formers where it basically has the backpack with just a robot just kind of be like, sup? Silverbolt, we're looking at you. But this, it seems like they sacrificed the vehicle mode for the robot mode. I am okay with that because I like the robot mode a lot. That's how I typically display my figures, and that's what I really bought this figure for. The Tetrajet mode, I'm not sure how aerodynamic that would be, but let's just say it's a space vehicle, so there we go. And then if you look at the cockpit, there's no room in there because there's no people that fit in the cockpit. Again, not sure how that plays into anything, but whatever. It's G1, so yeah. So there you pretty much have War for Cybertron, Voyager, Starscream. I kind of wish I had waited to get the Thundercracker version of this mold. I'll probably get the Skywarp version because I do happen to like Skywarp's color scheme a little bit better. But honestly, if it weren't for the fact that I had Megatron, Soundwave, and Shockwave already, I most likely would not have gotten this figure. I mean, it looks on its own in jet mode, in robot mode, though, it looks amazing, and with the other Decepticon leadership, it just looks so awesome. So, if you're a completionist or a Starscream fanatic, Santiago, I'm looking at you, I'd go ahead and get this figure. If not, then I'd probably hold off until like Soundwave or Megatron or somebody else comes across your ways. But yeah, so that pretty much does it. So this has been Transformers War for Cybertron, Siege, Voyager, Starscream. I have been your boy Ray Recall, friendly neighborhood reviewer, and I will catch y'all on the next review. I'll be seeing you then. Bye-bye.